Hey everybody, happy July 9th. I'm here for a new market update, letting you know what's going on because it's been a turbulent couple weeks here. So I'm going to start with last week because I didn't talk about this before, but we did have a spike in rates last week before the ceasefire in Iran was called off, and a lot of that was due to Beth Hammack. She is a Fed voter this year, and she came out and did an interview with CNBC that basically said that the Fed should hike rates no matter what, because even if oil remains high, that causes inflation, which we all know. That's a no-brainer, right? Energy's high, it increases the cost of everything. She also said that if oil prices come down, that's going to cause inflation too, because if people pay less for gas, they're just going to spend a lot more money on everything else, which is kind of a weird hill to die on. She also said that in her estimation, AI is going to cause inflation as well, where most experts think that AI just increases productivity in the workplace and in other sectors, which would bring inflation down. It was very similar to what happened in the 90s with Alan Greenspan, where he forecasted that the internet would actually bring inflation down, and it did. And AI is on a very similar track to that. So we know that that's probably not the case. But what it did is reprove the power that Fed voters have when they do interviews on live TV. They can pull the puppet strings, they can influence the markets no matter what they say, and it reinforces the fact that we really don't have much control and we can't really forecast exactly what's going to happen as long as we have such divisive, or not divisive, but differing views within the Fed. And I think that the Fed minutes really prove that. There are people on both sides of the aisle, just like everything else with politics, and people think different things. So we're going to see more and more influence in that. Someone's going to say something that influences the markets one way or another. On top of that, coming into this week, we did have the ceasefire in Iran effectively end, with fighting resuming, Iran attacking ships in the Strait of Hormuz again. That drove oil prices up a little bit. So they're around $75 a barrel now, and they dipped below 70. It's nowhere near the $100 a barrel that we were looking at maybe a couple months ago. But because of that, we did see rates spike a little bit. Today, on the 9th, they came down a little more because there's a little more optimism that maybe there's a tentative agreement on the ceasefire coming back on. Maybe this fighting can stop and oil can start moving again. What does that boil down to? So it really means that no matter what position you're in right now, it's really important to be having an active conversation with your real estate professionals, your realtors, your lenders who pre-approved you. This is not the time to speak with somebody or do an online pre-approval where you get a letter and go shopping. On the one hand, again, like I keep saying, home prices will go up when rates fall. So if you can afford it, now is still a good time to buy with inventory low and not a lot of people bidding on homes. Flip side of that is if it's just not affordable, which it's probably not for a lot of us right now. You want to be working with somebody who has your best interest in mind, who's going to continue to watch the markets, give you updates, tell you when the right time to buy is and when the right time to make offers will be, because when rates fall, it's going to move quickly, and you want to be prepared for that. You want to know exactly what's happening and not wait for the news cycles, because the news cycles can be wrong or they can be outdated. So have a real conversation with your lender. Speak with somebody you're going to be comfortable with. This is not the time to shop around to 100 different lenders and go with the person who's going to tell you the lowest rate right now. There are too many that are giving too much misinformation just to try to win your business today, give you a pre-approval that you can hold on to for 90 days and go, well, this guy gave me 5.5%. It might not be true, it might not stick, it might not last, and if they're not consistently updating you on what's happening, you're going to lose that rate anyway. Work with an ecosystem of people who have your back and can help you be a winner when it comes to making your next offer on a house. Any questions, as always, find me, reach out to me, drop me a comment, okay?